Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. If you have a gardening question you'd like our host Fred Howard to answer, send him an email. The email address is fred@planttalkradio.com. Now for today's question. And Don wrote in an email this week, and he says, what is the right way to mow my lawn? I have a self-propelled mower. What I mean to say is, should I use the side discharge, mulch, or the rear bag collection? I'm currently mulching the grass, which drops down in the lawn. Are there advantages or disadvantages while using the mulch while mowing my grass?
Folks will tell you now that if you've got a good mulching lawnmower that chops up the clippings, then that is beneficial for your lawn. It's not going to be detrimental. At one point, folks used to think that this added to your thatch problem, but it really doesn't. Actually, there's some nutrition in those clippings, especially if you've been feeding the grass. So if you've been feeding your lawn a few times a year, then you're probably getting an extra feeding maybe out of letting those clippings fall down into the grass. And the advantages too with the mulching mowers is chopping them up real fine, so that they can decompose pretty regularly.
Now, that leads me off into yet the next step on that. It's going to be leaf drop time soon, and I have seen a video where extra leaves were poured on a lawn area loosely, and then I think it was two young men mowing. They mowed the third time and had then sufficiently chopped up all those leaves that they filtered down back into the grass, and it was considered a good game.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. If you can knock those leaves down to like dime size, something between dime size and quarter size, so that they can work their way down into the lawn. And then if you feed your grass with a something like the Turf Builder Winter Guard, then the high nitrogen that's in there will combine with the brown leaves, so that it's almost like composting right there. So you get sort of a rich compost that develops there down in the soil. And actually, the key is just chopping them up real small, and then feeding. And actually, that's better than hauling them off or having to burn them or doing something else with them.
Okay. Well, that is a question I have been asked, and I thought I had the right answer, and I'm glad for a change that I did.
Well, you know, Fred, I've heard you give answers so many times, and they are always the right answer as far as, you're my go-to expert when it comes to gardening.
Well, now, thank you. I've always expected a barb somewhere, but a compliment like that is greatly appreciated.
I only give barbs when they're deserved, and that one wasn't deserved at that point.
Very good.
But watch out for it. I think
know.
There might be a barb coming.
I know. Today. I'm always careful.
Hey, thanks again for listening to our podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our other podcasts as well, the Plant of the Week podcast and the Plant Talk Radio podcast, all on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. If you'd like to sponsor a daily podcast, contact us at fred@planttalkradio.com. To find out more about Fred Howard and Plant Talk Radio, visit our website, planttalkradio.com.
Circle270media.com